Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Carl. I'm a recovery coach at Capital Recovery Center. This is our all recovery meeting for the day. And the topic I have here is 10 key coping skills for addiction recovery. This article is by genesisrecovery.com. It's coping skills for addiction and recovery. So we'll hop into it. Addiction recovery is a lifelong process that can at times be exhausting, frustrating, overwhelming, stressful, and lonely. But there are skills you can develop to make rehab a more positive and rewarding experience. Luckily, you can learn many of these skills while enrolled at a drug rehab center. Beginning again, changing your habits and restructuring your entire life isn't easy, but developing these 10 coping skills can make addiction recovery and the healing process less challenging while helping you avoid relapse as well. So we'll go to the first one. Number one, learn to relax in any situation. Yeah, I wish it was that easy, right? Relax and stress relief are two of the main reasons people start using drugs and alcohol, but you can learn to ease tension on your own. You won't need to rely on a substance like drugs and alcohol to help you calm down. Fortunately, therapeutic practices like cognitive behavioral therapy and dialectical behavioral therapy can teach you techniques that can help you stay centered in all types of situations. As you develop and master new ways to de stress, you may find it easier to overcome addiction challenges and maintain long term sobriety. Some common ways to lessen stress include deep breathing, walking, getting outside, enjoying nature, laughing, listening to music, a warm bath, yoga, drinking green or herbal tea, reading, writing, or making a list of things that bring you joy. So some of the things we're talking about is to ease your mind, to relax yourself, and it talks about two of the main reasons is like stress and stuff like that can cause us to use drugs and alcohol, and we have to have to find an outlet that we can a healthy outlet to ease stress and anxiety and depression and stuff like that we go through. And some of the things I just started actually doing is talks about the deep breathing. That does help a great deal. And it just takes practice. The more you do these things, the better you get at it, and it lessens stress and anxiety. It really does. It just takes a lot of practice. So these are like healthy outlets and coping skills that we can deal with when life happens. So I'll go to number two, way to respond. Using drugs and misusing alcohol can cause you to act impulsively. In fact, the longer you use substance for recreational purposes, the more reactive your behavior can become. Addiction challenges can cause you to lie, steal, burst out in anger, react aggressively, and act without thinking. But these types of rush decisions usually yield painful results. Needing to wait before you respond can help you manage your impulsive and make more rational and informed decisions. This skill becomes especially important during stressful or intense situations when you feel rushed or pressured to make a decision. Take a moment to breathe and clear your mind. Choosing to think and breathe before you react can help you address issues they level head. Using this skill in everyday life can help you maintain relationships, manage emotions, change habits, and even keep your job. Yeah, this is funny because like this is where I'm at in my life is like, wait, I have to like practice that pause button. Like I have to not just spit out the mouth, right? I have to just take a breath, give it a second, and then it talks about like have a clear mind, a level head before I react, and that takes a lot of practice. I think that's like a lifelong process of practicing that, and things I guarantee things will go a lot smoother if you stop and take a breath and like think before you react. I think things will go a lot smoother, and I have to practice that definitely a lot more because we're rational. We can be just spitting out the mouth and like we're gonna say some things, and usually it doesn't turn out too good. I know when I just don't think of things and I just say things, it usually doesn't end up good. So it's definitely it's hard. It takes practice, and if I sit there and think before I say something, I agree that things will go over a lot better. Number three, be honest with yourself and others. When you're grappling with drug and alcohol addiction, lying can become a habit by default. Before you committed to recovery, you may have lied about using your substance of choice. For example, you probably lied about the effects the drug or alcohol had on your body to keep you using. You had to continue deceiving others and yourself again and again and again. As you recover from addiction challenges, you have to stop lying and develop a habit of telling the truth. Instead of being fiercely honest in one of the most important skills you need to master for successful long-term addiction recovery, be honest with yourself and others. If you're mad at a family member and unable to forgive, tell them. If you are dealing with intense cravings, ask your sponsor, counselor, or sober community for support. Regardless of the situation, making a decision to be honest will help you maintain your sobriety. Yeah, if we I come from a background of lying, being deceitful, not telling the truth, maybe telling a little bit of the truth, but not telling the whole truth. Learn that's still a lie. So if I don't get honest with myself and others, uh, the biggest chances of me keep using or relapse and stuff like that is very high. Until I surrender and accept and start being honest. First, foremost, I think you have to be honest with yourself. That's first. And then you have to. I don't have to be honest with everybody, right? But I have to be honest with somebody. And it talks about a sponsor or a mentor, counselor, a therapist, stuff like that. So somebody you can confide in, somebody you can trust, someone you can open up to. But first we have to be honest, right? That's foremost. And we sometimes, like when I first got in recovery, um, I was I was honest, but I was kind of scared to be honest about certain things. I didn't want to be perceived different or looked at different. Um, sometimes you can be overly honest, brutally honest. I learned that too in recovery too. Like being honest and being brutally honest is two different things. Being honest is like helping yourself, but being brutally honest is probably hurting somebody else. We can say some not nice things, and you have to watch how honest we can be with people. Um, but yeah, I found that I started to change and grow when I was being honest with myself and being honest with another human being, which is I go to a 12-step fellowship and I have a sponsor, so that's somebody I'm honest with and I open up to. I know I can trust. So we'll go to number 4, mindfulness and meditation. Mindfulness and meditation can help you work through difficult thoughts and emotions. Focus on the present moment and observe your internal feelings and accept them without judgment or negativity. In fact, science has proven that mindfulness and meditation help relax the mind and reveal that the practices can have positive effects on your physical body as well. Some of the benefits of mindfulness and meditation include better self control, a more flexible approach to life, a higher degree of emotional intelligence, improved mental clarity and consideration, an increased level of kindness and compassion, reduced stress and anxiety. Recovering from addiction can be a wholesome and stressful process, but mindfulness and meditation can help you manage and balance such as ongoing and distressful moments. Um, yeah, so I practiced some meditation before with my sponsor, and it definitely clears your mind, it clears your conscience, and it can. I was surprised how much I can stay still. How much my thoughts were not like fleeting. I calmed my body, and I like my breathing was like on a consistent basis, and like it definitely reduced my stress and anxiety and whatever I was going through. Being present in the moment, it can be hard, and just being mindful of that. There's things that we do to better recovery, and mindfulness and meditation can be one of them. And better self-control, a more flexible approach to life. I like that one. Um, that's one I like to work on myself, is a more flexible approach to life. That's a good one. And and I definitely see where mindfulness and meditation can help with that. And 'cause it can really, it can really shake you of that stress and anxiety and depression or wherever you're going through. And it just happen, right? It takes practice. It takes time, just like anything else. And sometimes it works for you, sometimes it don't. So that's where Cap Recovery Center, we even made, right, welcome all pathways to recovery, and mindfulness and meditation is one of them. And I definitely see a lot of benefits out of it. But it's not for some things are not for everybody. But like, how do you know if you don't try it, right? And it definitely benefited me when I did do it. So number 5, keep busy. Before you decide to quit using drugs and alcohol, you probably spent a lot of time finding, buying, and using your substance of choice. Now that you're working to recover from addiction, you need to replace those old habits with new ones. Do things you put off, develop new skills, learn a new language, travel to new places, dance, read, write, hike, or play sports. Keep your schedule filled with healthy, positive activities that will uplift your spirit and keep your emotional well-being intact. Um, that's one thing I did do this time in recovery. Like, I kept busy. Um, I got a job right away, and so that kept me busy for most of the day. Then I had meetings I go to, so I didn't leave time in between certain things. I had a full, I filled my day up. I had a routine. That's big in life. And I think in early recovery too. So like, I had a job. I went to meetings almost every night, right? Dinner. Then your day's over with, and things on the weekend. So your downtime on the weekend, you have to find uh, positive things to do. So I went fishing. Always did stuff on the outdoors. Hang around my network of people. People were in recovery, so we did sober events, stuff like that. So I kept busy. I didn't give myself time to wander, right? And I cut a lot of people, places, and things out of my life that I used to have in active addiction. I replaced them things with healthy relationships, healthy activities, and better coping skills. So I had to change a lot of things. I had to change my lot of attitudes and behaviors and my thinking. And I had to surround myself with people in recovery. I couldn't come in recovery and think I could still hang out with the same people that I was using with. Eventually that would lead me back out the door. So, I had to change everything, and that takes time also. I definitely kept busy, kept my mind focused, what I had to do. So I thank God for, getting a job right away, and keeping busy with the meetings, my sponsor, and I go to home group commitments. So I was doing a lot. Still to this day, but especially in early recovery, I filled my day up. So we're going to number 6. Keep a daily journal and a gratitude list. Writing can be a great way to express, release, and work out any thoughts and feelings you may be dealing with. Seeing your thoughts on paper can also help you deal with your emotions quicker and more efficient. In addition to that, keeping a daily journal is a good way to keep an inventory of what's happening in your life, acknowledging ways you can improve, a list of things you're grateful for. All in all, developing these skills can help you relax and maintain a positive attitude as you work to change your life. So journaling, keeping a gratitude list. Said earlier, I'm in a 12-step fellowship, so I do step work. So I get to learn about myself. I had to learn why I was doing the things that I did. Taking an inventory, that's important. I like that. Even taking like a daily inventory. And in a day, write down some things what I was going through or what happened, and see where I was at fault and how I reacted. Um, it's important. We find out and we learn about ourselves, what we like and what we don't like, and what's acceptable and what's not acceptable today. And that's all through writing, through steps and journaling, and a lot of people do that. A lot of people have journals and stuff like that, and it definitely does help. Instead of spitting out the math, right? As I said earlier, you can write it down. I think it's more harmless putting it on paper than saying it to somebody, whatever I wanted to say, right? But yeah, journaling, gratitude list, and just being grateful, um, to have the opportunity to do some of these things. Like some of the stuff that we're reading about, I never knew. Like I was like deep in addiction, right? So like it was always about me, and that was about it. Like I didn't want to learn about anything else. I didn't care about coping skills and deep breathing, walking, all this stuff. That was not in my vocabulary, because I didn't want to change. But now since I've been in recovery, like I'm open minded to all these coping skills. I've through recovery, I find out what's working for me. I'm finding my pathway and what works and what doesn't work. But I have to be open and I have to be willing. I have to at least try. Right? It's one thing I never did. I never tried to get better. Right? You know what I mean? I didn't put the work in. I was always expecting it's going to just happen. Or so some of these things might work for you, and some of these things might not. That's okay too. Number 7, exercise regularly, live an active lifestyle. When you exercise, your body releases endorphins, which helps you feel good and stay happily. Physically, activity also helps relieve stress, diminishes feelings of depression, and helps get rid of the chemicals and toxins in your body as absorbed from drug and alcohol abuse. You should always make it a habit to treat yourself to a nutritious, satisfying meal after an inviting workout. So yeah, that does boost your endorphins. You exercise and eat better. And that's one thing I do have to work on. Like I go through these spurts of eating better and working out, and I feel good, but then I like go downhill. So I like to try to be on a consistent basis. But like when you physically don't feel good, you mentally don't feel good most of the time, right? So when your body feels good and you're exercising, you're eating better, your spirits are uplifted. So it's always the mind, body, and spirit. So we have to focus on touch on those 3 things. And so when you exercise and have an active lifestyle, that can definitely boost up your boost your life. It can make you more happy, as to speak. All right, number 8. Build a sober support network. You shouldn't be alone as you recover from addiction. Peer support is essential. Don't hesitate to build a healthy, supportive, and sober network of people. A strong network of friends can help you stay on track and will be there to catch you when you fall. Take advantage of the social skills you learn in addiction treatment and be open to new relationships that will support your recovery journey. I listen, if I didn't have my support network, if I didn't have my sponsor, my home group, and my family, my friends, and people in recovery, I wouldn't be here today. I'm at where I'm at today, and I got what I got today all because of my network of people. They showed me the way. I tried to do things on my own for the many years, and that never worked. So I had to ask for help, and sometimes that's hard. That's since I've been in recovery, it's like I'm not. How can you say it? I'm not always taking, or I'm not always asking for help and just wanting things, right? I'm like generally asking for help because I need help with something. And I do receive, like if my sponsor or one of the people in my network can't help me with certain things, they will show me or lead me to somebody that can, and and they don't want nothing from me, right? It's an active addiction. It's always like you help me, I help you. It's always that give or take. It wasn't like pure motives of like helping somebody. But like through my network of people, man, um, they really helped me through tough times, through the good times, the bad times. It's always good to have people in your corner that are just like you, been through the same things you've been through, or think the same way. Just being a part of or not feeling alone helps me a lot just in itself, you know. So I'm truly grateful and truly blessed, and um, that I had the people in my life that I have today to better my life. We'll go to number 9, avoidance of triggers. Sobriety is about building a new life and creating new habits. Learn to avoid triggers is a key skill for a successful recovery. You need to stay away from situations, places, emotions, and people who make you sad, angry, or afraid. Don't be afraid to protect your sobriety by avoiding similar high risk situations. Yeah. So I learned that avoiding triggers, right? Some things happen, we have triggers, but like we recognize and we have that awareness today. Um, as before, like these triggers would like have me have me relapse and causing pain and havoc. Now I recognize these things and I can address them, right? Instead of just the case of the ethics, right? Or I'm just going to go use over it. That's always the solution. That was always the answer. Um, but I've learned in recovery, like I can't avoid my emotions and feelings and suppress them with drugs and alcohol. I can address them in a healthy manner, right? And I can see, oh well, this is a trigger for me, so I can. That's over there. I'm going to go this way, right? Or people, places, and things. It's very big. Now will always stay with me until I perish. You know what I mean? People, places, and things is important, and I don't hang out with the same people. I see them, right? Because like I know a lot of people, but like it's like hi and goodbye, right? The places I don't hang around the same places, and I don't do the same things I used to do in active addiction. I had to change. I had to change everything. So when I know myself today, that's what I said earlier about recovery is about learning about yourself and what my triggers are and who I can hang around with and who I can't hang around with. So, and that's one of the best things you can get in recovery is finding out who you are. Um, so yeah, I avoid some of the triggers today. I don't like put myself in sticky situations, right? Because I know if I don't use, I'm going to end up causing some pain, some suffering, right? Or cause some harm. I can do that without using drugs and alcohol. So I avoid people in places and things are not good for my recovery. So I'll go to number 10, help others. As you become stronger and more resilient, help others who are struggling with substance use challenges. When you help other people, you feel good about yourself, which is one of the best defense against substance use and relapse. Realizing you are capable of doing great things can help decrease high blood pressure, relieve anxiety and depression. Word of chronic pain like headaches and migraines, and lengthen your life. A great way to help other addicts to become a sponsor in a 12-step program yourself. So yeah, it's about giving back. That's for me. Since I've been in recovery and like people gave to me, and now I can give back to them, and that's rewarding in itself. Because I came in recovery lost, confused, broken. I was depressed, full of anxiety, anger, fear. Like I had a lot of baggage when I got in recovery. Right? I had a lot of stuff going on, and the only way where I'm is the only way where I'm at today is because of the people that are in recovery that helped me. So it would be selfishly me if I don't give back. So that's one of my main things that I do today um, is rewarding for me, and it helps me, um, is to give back to people just like me. It's very rewarding. It makes me happy. Um, you know, because you never know where your help's going to come from. You know, if you can save somebody's life, and just talking with them is one, listening, right, understanding, it can go a long way. But that was our 10 key coping skills from addiction recovery. This is from genesisrecovery.com. And like I said, my name is Carl. I'm a recovery coach at Kappa Recovery Center. That was our meeting for the day. And until next time, we'll see you later.
See you later. Thank you for.
See you, Joanne.
Bye. See you.
Have a great day.
Have a blessed day. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Bye bye.
Bye.